Welcome to another edition of Vintage Drum Restoration Garage, and guess who's here today?
Hey.
Ronnie's here. And he brought over some more junk. Oh, people get pissed off when I call it junk. It is junk.
It's junk. It's all junk.
We love junk.
Yeah.
Look at this old drum he's got from the 70s, I believe.
Well, it's got the point.
80s, okay.
Yeah, it's probably 79 or later.
Probably 80s, early 80s. But man, this thing really weighs 6.5, the one you want. You know, I think the lacquer is showing age, and it lets the corrosion get underneath the lacquer. So if someone wanted to really strip it and make it all nicey again, they could. But I told Ronnie, don't do anything to it. It looks cool. Let the story be the way it is, and let it show its history is what I like. Yeah. I mean, I'm not against cleaning drums, but, you know, let it tell its story. I mean, there's guys out there who, I won't mention names, but you've seen them on YouTube, taking the yellow off of white marine burl. Oh, can you believe it? I mean, I don't know. It's just not my scene.
The back of the butt plate and the screws.
So here it is in all of its glory.
Tension rods. We'll have to check.
Okay, he's got the tension rods for it. He needs a hoop. I mean, I kind of dig this used up look. Rat rod.
Rat rod. Yeah, this one might be.
Yeah, that's trashed, man. I'll find you a hoop. It may not be original. And then he's also got. Oh, I always love buckets of parts. Plumbing in there, so let's see what he's got here.
That looks like a CD.
Oh, this is LP stuff. A piece of a whatever. Well, just your standard basic. That's an old 30s piece. That's Roger.
There we go.
That's a cool.
We're hitting the bank.
I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know, but all these little things unscrew, so whatever it's for.
And this is some kind of a CB, probably. I don't know. This is a Sonor hi-hat clutch part from the 60s. Check it out. See the hex? Yeah. I've had these because I'm old enough to remember all this shit.
You ain't that old.
So, you know, this is probably the best thing, those two pieces right there. Ludwig, that's kind of cool.
What did they do?
I mean, this is cool too. It's broken, but you can put a new part in there. I would just put some liquid metal with a threaded rod in there, and you're ready to go.
Much coveted.
Oh yeah, and he came up with a concert tom part
along with that,
and he's also got a concert tom here.
Look at how they buggered it up.
It's that smoke. I don't know what they call this.
Smoke, yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke.
And this is probably from the, I don't know, mid-70s.
I think it dates along with the, let's see. Oh, that's pointy badges. Never mind.
So, yeah, I mean, who knows if they came together. But look, someone did. I guess, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. But
that clip fits in there nicely.
He put, looks like, you know, they put some kind of silicone here.
That's like an automotive putty.
Right. And look at the outside. So I told Ronnie, I said, why don't we take out these rivets here carefully, and then maybe we can put some, we can redo the seam, you know, in our, with our glue that we have, and also we'll put some resin in these holes. Okay, it won't be smoke color, but
that's all right.
It'll suffice.
Better to fill the holes than not fill the holes.
Right. So maybe that is what we'll do. I don't know if that's going to happen in this video. This video is going to be more about the snare drum that Ronnie's got, which is a real gorgeous drum.
That's Tama.
What did it show the people?
These are Tama.
Okay, right.
That's from Tama.
Memory locks.
Yeah, that is probably an old Pearl or Tama.
Yeah.
That's an old Pearl.
Yeah.
Just stuff.
Here's another one of these for the Atlas stands.
Yep.
Those are actually fixable. I can fix
And
those.
there's some old.
What's that one there?
That's an old one.
That's actually probably quality. What
Yeah.
if that's Sonor too? Could be.
Could be. And there's this. You know, it's like it's not quite Pearl.
It's always nice to see a box of parts. I enjoy parts. That's, you know what that is.
Yeah, that is a toy CD that came on some little recorder or something from the 70s. They had those little recorders that you would record on, and this thing would spin on top and make it look like it was recording on an album. Yeah, that's what that is. It's just a toy, off a toy.
So
That's probably something, but I'm not sure what.
I don't know when Ludwig came about, but this is the 75th anniversary catalog. It's the closest I can come to where this snare drum came from, because it's got that kind of badge. And probably, oh here, 80, what does it say, 84? 80, yeah, 84. So I was looking at these snare drums. Ronnie sent me a picture on my phone, and I was checking out to see if I could find the year of the snare drum. And we used to call these sets butt rock sets. I don't know where that term came from, but anyway, they're kind of neat. Okay, so I came up with a snare drum here, but this one's like hammered, which I think is really great. But actually, you know, here's some that show them without the hammering. Look at that. I guess you could get them either way.
Yep. You certainly could.
And luckily you didn't get the one with the super sensitive.
No.
Although I don't mind super sensitive myself, I understand them. But the prices aren't there for the supers. And people change them around. So anyway, there's that. What are they calling these? Are they calling these copper or?
It's a copper phonic or a bronze phonic. So
What were they calling them? What was the real name, though? I think they were just calling them copper.
copper phonic.
Superphonic snare. Well, that's for the superphonic. What were they calling these, though?
I think it's called a copper phonic, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I think that's more of a relatively new. See, they're calling it a hammered bronze.
Or
So,
yeah, it should be a.
so maybe this is a bronze snare drum. Don't know. Someone will chime in and tell us in the comments what the hell this drum is. And
Could be a copper
Right.
phonic.
what's that, Ronnie?
Could be a copper phonic or just a bronze. It looks to be bronze.
It's got that
It's,
bronzy look, doesn't it?
88% copper
Yeah.
and 12% zinc. No, zinc? No, tin. Tin's for the other one.
I'll leave that to the experts. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen now is I'm going to let Ronnie take over. He's going to strip this thing out. And we're going to clean it up and just give it a once over and put new heads on it. And just, you know, get it back up to standards where it can be played.
We won't lose these, and we have to check and see if the washers are brass or not. They should be brass.
Oh,
They
really?
were still doing that, I think, in the
Okay.
80s on these drums. But we'll find out.
All right. Okay, first things last. Now, when these, I went over this in my last video, but we had it here. So this tone control here is broken off. You know, the tone control will be coming out here. And they have these threads, and they butcher them so they won't back out, right? So what I do is, once again, I'll just go over it real quick. I put this 1032 die over it and run the die all the way up to the where the threads are damaged. purposefully, and just chase them down. And now we'll watch the rod come right out of there. So there you go. Okay, so we've got a ding here next to underneath the tone control, as you can see, and I'm going to show you how I do those. I put a block of wood. I don't want to scratch the metal. I might even put a little piece of cloth on there. Why not? Not going to hurt anything. And put that on the block. I use a rawhide mallet on there.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
You don't want it to pop out any further than it needs to. So now that's all nice and flat.
That's good.
Pretty flat.
That works.
Probably just a little touch more where the... Alright, so that's nice and flat, and then we're going to sit here and talk about what to use to clean this. Okay, we're putting Ronnie together, to work on these lugs, just trying to get the grit out of the edges of those imperial lugs with the soft brush, and then we'll clean them with ammonia and water, and they'd be looking good. Go.
Guys, I just want to tell you, Bud here will do things like that to pick up items that he's interested in. If you have anything that you think, maybe it's worth something, just shoot him a message on YouTube, and he'll get back to you with his email, and you can maybe make a little bit of cheddar. I think I did okay on this. I'm not going to tell you what I bought it for or what I sold it for, but just know this. This guy right there, Bud, he's the man.
Well, anyway, Ronnie was over here cleaning the parts, and he just happened to mention, he goes, man, I really need money right now. And, he's got a family and everything. So I started thinking, well, what are you going to get for that drum? He threw out a price, and I said, he had some other tools and stuff that he brought here, and I deal in vintage tools as well. So, and then he had some things that I like. So I said, well, what kind of package could we make on this? Because, what the hell? I'll help a guy out if I can, if I get what I want. So we made a deal, and, this drum doesn't have any hoops. The hoops are beat on it. The drum's not in great shape. But, let's face it, this is a great drum. And it's something that I can enjoy, play brushes on. This is a great brush drum, believe it or not. Even though it's a great Bonham drum. Wait till you hear it with some brushes. And I'll do a little video of me playing brushes on it. And, because that's all I practice with.
I got 4 Superphonics. I got a brass. I still have that, the Fibes brass one that has the, what was it, a Yamaha throw off. That thing was crazy. Yamaha.
Ronnie deals in drums around the neighborhood. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guy on YouTube. I think it's Sean's Drum Cave. He's out of Boston, I believe. And we message back and forth a little bit. He's a really nice guy. He picks up old vintage drums and deals with them. And, well, Ronnie does the same thing here in Phoenix. He buys and sells player kits for people, but he also winds up buying vintage things once in a while, and he'll turn me on to deals that are happening here in town. And sometimes I buy them, sometimes I don't. But I'll lead him into what I collect and what I don't collect. And sometimes he says, oh, there's an old Radio King. Well, yeah, but it's not really a Radio King, I'll say.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we exchange information, and we're good friends, and that's what this vintage drum thing does. I get a lot of, I meet a lot of cool people.
Oh,
and
it's time for me to go. I'm swapping out a Vista Light for a 1965 Fender Bassman.
oh, that's going to be so sweet, man. That is going to be a great deal. I can't wait to see that. Okay, that's what happened here, friends. I'll be right back.
Don't tread on me.
See you, Ronnie.
All right.
Love you, brother.
Thanks, bud.
And there he goes, riding off into the sunset with all of my money. I hope he's happy. I'm okay with it. And like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. I wasn't planning on buying this drum off of him. I just thought I'd help him out with it. And it's funny how things work out. But it is a wonderful drum. And I've got all the lugs on it. They're in pretty decent shape. They show some pitting, but I'm not that worried about it. I did pull out my bag of Ludwig throw-offs. Man, look at this. Years of collecting parts, man. They're just so valuable. Anyway, the throw-off he had with this drum, I mean, I've got a mint one here. That would go well with it. But I thought maybe I'd repair the one that he furnished that came on this drum. Here's the butt plate too. So let's see here. I might just put a new arm on it. It was all bent up, and oh, here it is. See how it's all bent up here, and the plating's it's just less than desirable, and then the bend is out of it. I mean, it can be repaired, but I think this drum is worthy of a. I mean, I think I'd rather look at that than that. I'm sure you would agree. And like I said, this drum is absolutely worthy of it. So, but I could put this arm on it. I could straighten this one out, and it's not too bad either. So, I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I'll bring you back when I've got a little more news for you. I've decided I think I'm just going to straighten this this arm up since I have it, and the plating's not too bad. It kind of matched this, kind of go with this drum pretty well. So I'm just going to put it in these wooden jaws, and I'm going to, I just get a little crescent wrench here and close it enough to be the thickness of this particular handle. I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit. Have a look here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But I'm going to make sure this is going to fit this particular throw off. I'm not sure if they make, oh, they make arms that are longer, don't they? Let me see here. No, I guess they're about the same. No, I guess they're all the same. Let me straighten that out a little bit better. Got something going on here. This part isn't sitting flat. Really glad I have that rawhide mallet. That really protects the chrome on these things and makes them kind of, along with the wooden jaws, that keeps everything kind of clean. Okay, that's all back to normal. And so I'm going to take these little E-clips out of here. If you want a job done the long way, send it over to me. I'm always doing things the long way. And it's not necessarily the wrong way, but it just takes a lot longer. Anyway, so this this part has this link in it, and I need it off of this one. So I'm either going to take that one off, or I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to leave that one on this one, and I'm going to take it off this broken one, because this is a piece of crap here. So here we go. We're going to do it the long way. Alright. Take these things out of here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to pop this rivet out of here with this center punch. Will it work? We'll see. And there we go. And this part's just junk anyway, so. Okay, now we just gotta make sure you have this part on the right side. So I checked it up against another one, and I think I've got it right. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. So I'm going to go ahead and try to smush this. So I'll take a little bit bigger punch here, and that way I can mushroom this rivet out a little bit. Let's see if that works. Well, it fell and didn't come out, so obviously we did something right. What do you expect? Perfection? There we go. I think that that's going to stay. Look at that. It's got a nice... Yeah. If one's enough, two is even better, right? All right, let's go with that. All right, I'm going to try to put this thing back together. If I can remember how it went. I'll just use one of these for reference so I can see what the hell I did. All right, so we've got to make sure this is all correct. Yeah, that goes on that side. Now I got to put that thing in there. I'm using the wrong one. I'm putting the old one back in there. Wouldn't that be great? Okay. You know, they put a little, they put this little washer in here on this lower one. So you got to remember to put that one in there. And try to hold the E-clip. And not drop it. Because, man, if you do, you shut the camera off and you're looking for hours. Okay, I think I've got it. Oh, right. I'll bet you. No, I don't. I don't even have the right pliers. See, now the thing about me is every time I come across something broken, I stop everything and start fixing it, repairing, restoration. So here's the old throw off. Yeah, it looks cool, but I'm not sure. It works great. And here's the other one, the minty one. And I don't know, I guess, I don't know if they started drilling all these holes in the bottom here later. Yeah, I don't know. They only had 2 here in this original plate. I think that was it. But I'm almost tempted to just put this newer one on just because it's clean and I don't know. It works really good. Or go with the old one. I don't know. We'll see. Well, as they say in Britain, my lovely wife taught me this one. When in doubt, do nout. It's a good one, isn't it? When in doubt, do nout. So I was in doubt, so I do nout. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this original one back on here. It kind of goes with the drum, and I'm like into original all the way. I'm going to just put a little bit of oil on this, like I always do. Just so things don't get bound up. Maybe put a little bit in there, I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. Looks pretty good. Now on to Mr. Butt Plate. Okay, well, we're making progress on the snare drum. We've got the the bottom all installed. These hoops that came with the drum are less than desirable. I had to dig into my parts. I found a Superphonic hoop that looks pretty darn good. I don't think it's the right year. These it shouldn't take a bulge like that, but this drum is deserving of a better hoop, and I'm going to go with it. Maybe I can find the proper ones later. Got the tone control in there. Ronnie's going to come over tomorrow, and he says he's got another 10-hole hoop for the top that came up with a Superphonic from the 70s. So that will do a world of good for this drum. And we'll come back at you when we've got more to report. I wanted to show you that I put Ludwig script logo snare wires on this drum. A brand new Aquarian head, and these are from the 60s. I have new old stock wires sitting around, and I like the sound of these wires, especially on these Ludwig drums, so that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, Ronnie's back, and what we decided to do was he has a kind of a rough Superphonic here that's missing the badge. It's not great, and I needed the hoop to match this other hoop, and so we've taken it off of this one, and we put a different hoop on that one.
We took that hoop off and put it here.
Right.
So I got a really bad.
Okay, I've completed this drum. I put a calf head on the top because I like that for brush playing. And give you a 360 view of it. There she is. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Vintage Drum Restoration Garage. And we'll catch you on the next one.